my name is Jonelle. I'm from Soundscape Collective, and the collective comprises of myself, Raphael Tan, Chung, Yong, and Chloe Lim Miranda. Our exhibition is entitled Cabin Fever, which comprises of two projects. The soundscape of Moving Cabins with Bodies, and It's a Woman's World, Manspreading. What encapsulates this project is that it's centered around the happenings in the trains and in the cabins. So we wanted to document and collect data from people moving in and out of the trains moving within the tunnels and outside. And we also wanted to get some visuals on how the dynamics are like when people are sitting together in a shared space in a public setting. For Cabin Fever, we named it as such because for most Singaporeans or anyone who travels in Singapore, we all travel through the public transport system. There's the term cabin fever where people are stuck in a place for a long period of time. And that's essentially what happens accumulatively when we are using the transport system. One of the elements that we wanted to work with was also including things from the train cabin into the space because that helps to pull everything together. So we actually worked with LTA's repurposing cabin seats and the hangers as well, and the emergency buttons. And that was fun because we actually got to go on a recce trip to Tuas West Depot to actually talk to the people working there and seeing what materials were available for us to loan. For this particular exhibition, what we wanted to do was to record the sound audio from all the different trains and the different train lines. So what we had to do was to sit the entire transport system in Singapore and collect the data from there. Because there are 6 train lines altogether, and what we had to do was to split that into 6 different days. We wanted to find also a time where there were enough people moving in and out of the cabin so that there is some data to collect. So the time that we thought was the best was between 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. because that's when people are getting off for school, getting out from the office, and there's movement in the cabins. What we wanted to highlight from this is actually that in any place or area that we go to, there is a soundscape happening, and it doesn't have to be always categorized as noise. Because when we were listening and analyzing the data, we could hear, little children laughing here and there, running around, and different things that are happening in the place. And all these can become a whole piece of its own, in its own ecosystem. And we didn't want to just say that, oh, this is noise, and just cancel it out. What we wanted to also see is that there are different behaviors and postures when we put ourselves in a public space, in a shared space. And we wanted to see also the effects of that on the different people. It was quite eye-opening because when we spend so much time on the trains and listening and looking at the things that are happening, we realize there's a whole community that is happening, and it's not always something that is transactional. There are different lives stepping into that same space, and it's something that we don't always think about. It's a shared space. It's not just one singular person being in the place. It's a public space, and because of that, I think we all need certain kind of considerations and respect to each other so that it can be a harmonious, inclusive space. So for Yong and myself, we're trained as music composers. Chloe is a percussionist, and Raphael is a motion graphic designer. We wanted to use our different skills and our different interests as well to come together to make this exhibition because it comprises of sound, audio, and visual graphics. In our collective, none of us really have done this properly before. 3 of us are music students, and for Raphael, I think it's more of like graphic works. Because we're all trained in different areas and this is something new to us, we wanted to extend our creativity into something different, and we didn't want to limit ourselves to a specific art discipline that we were trained in. For anyone who's interested to join Hearth and have your exhibition in this space, I hope you'll be open to new ideas and exploring new things around in your world, and also maybe even delving into a different discipline altogether. You'll learn a lot of new skills, you'll maybe even meet a lot of new people to collaborate with, and I think that creates a lot of meaningful interactions and meaning to your art and your art practice as well.